Hello everyone, welcome back. I've got a bit of interesting news here. The Venetians have besieged Bern, and it's just a captain, actually, Captain Balsamo. He was hovering around in Switzerland a bit here, and he has just marched to attack Bern, and it's a weird opening move by the Venetians. You can see here they're at war with us, the Teutons are at war with Novgorod, etc. Kiev is at a truce with the Golden Horde, which is quite weird. You wouldn't think that they could get a peace with the Mongols, but there you go. Yeah, look at this. We're being besieged by the Venetians. I don't really know what to think of this. I really have no interest in any of the Venetian holdings right now. I know they're trying to give it hard to the Holy Romans right now. I don't know why they would attack us. They're in no standing to attack us or take us on. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to beat back Captain Balsamo here, maybe take Milan. At most, I think I'll capture Milan due to it's a neighbor of Bern, but I don't know. I don't really want to push into the Italian peninsula until I consolidate the north. I think I want to take on Denmark and Norway before I really take on Venice. And if I'm going to take on Venice, I might as well take on Genoa at the same time, just clean up the entire area all at once. Is Bologna the capital of the Holy Romans, perhaps? It's looking to be that way. So I think what I'll have to do is grab Hugh de Bone, of course, and he's going to head to attack Captain Balsamo, and we're going to grab some extra units here from Captain Stephen. Well, he's not going to make it in time, but he can reinforce if need be. We've got quite a good army here to attack Captain Balsamo, actually. Not bad. We could use a little bit more infantry, but I'm sure we can deal with these Venetian spear militia units. I could grab a spy and get a better look at this army. Potentially... Oh, shit. A Genoese assassin. Look at that. There we go. A bit of a better look. It looks to be just mostly Pavese spear militia. I'm sure we can handle that. And even if we cannot, we have a extra spare army in Dijon composed of militia. What I want to do, though, is take a look at all of our notifications before we really get into the meat of the episode. Alusa Vaughn, once again, betrothed to a 60-year-old man. Alusa, of course, is still only, I believe, like, I don't know, 20 or something. Well, she's 32, my mistake. We should really get to marrying her off, I suppose. Of course, Bern is besieged. Bordeaux is still affected with the plague, and Scrope is not having a good time, I guess. What I do want to do this turn... Actually, before we get to that, let's take a look at our missions. We have a mission to cease hostilities with the Kingdom of Denmark, which is just fine. I was intending to move on Frankfurt as well as, you know, deal with Venice, so we can probably put Denmark on the back burner for now. Although I am currently besieging Groningen, and the only person, well, the only unit in Groningen right now is actually a Danish character. I think it's a lord of some kind. So we may as well just auto-resolve that assault once I,
Yes, my lord.
Oh shit, can we bribe Ugolino? Is that something that he'd be interested in? No. With all of our vast wealth, he is not really interested because he's extremely loyal. Okay, what was I saying? Yes, we might put Denmark on the back burner for now. Take Groningen, and then we can just hold our lines whilst we take Frankfurt from the excommunicated Genoese. I believe they are currently... Still excommunicated? Yes. So we can take Frankfurt at basically no penalty. And in fact, it should please the Pope. And then we can deal with the Venetians and then, I don't know, go back to just giving it to the Danes, I suppose. We had a mission to cease hostilities with Denmark, but our Council of Nobles just wants us to go fucking all out and capture this Danish large city, which is the capital. Well, it's not the capital, but it's Roskilde. The capital is actually Hamburg. So we'd have to walk past Groningen, which technically is not taken yet, Hamburg, Aarhus, and then we would just capture Roskilde for no reason. I mean, we could do, because it is on an island, we could just place some armies at the river crossings, but it just does not make any fucking sense. Okay, so the Lithuanians have lifted the blockade of Hamburg, so now we're going to get Admiral Robert here to blockade the place. Well, we're going to hold off a second here. First, we'll just gift the Pope a few thousand florins. Before we get to that, though, I do want to look at our financial tab. We haven't looked at this really in depth in a long time. I just wanted to point out we're spending 45,000 florins per turn on army upkeep alone. That's 45,000 florins in military spending. That's nuts. We're getting 17,000 florins from farming alone, which is crazy. 30,000 florins from trade and 20,000 from taxes, and 7,500 from merchant trade, which is weird because half my merchants are on a ship waiting to sail to Constantinople. And in total, this gives us a profit of 26,000 florins per turn. Our profit has been cut a little bit due to our increase in military spending, and I'm going to show you why that is here. Boom, military ranking. This is the end of... Well, I don't know when this is actually. I think this might be the end of our domination of Scotland, and then boom. This is 9 turns ago when the Danes declared war on us, I believe. Boom, that's... our military ranking just climbing because we just, you know, we just threw down like 5 armies in no fucking time at all. And if we were to look at production, we're doing quite well. We're at the top, actually. Territory, we are at the top as well. We now have, let's see, 28 regions, which is not bad at all. We have to get 50 regions to win the campaign here. So we just have 22 regions left. 17 of our regions are cities, 11 of those are castles. Man, battles won 118, battles lost 5. Not bad at all. Finance, we're doing quite well, of course. We are dominating the financial game right now. I feel like fucking Warren Buffett of the medieval world, just fucking pumping out florins like nobody's business. Our population is also quite high. I think this is, no, it would be the Khwarezmians have dropped in population since the Mongols appeared, I believe. Yeah, it looks to be that way. Who is purple? Is that the Byzantines? Yes, they are putting more and more people under their control as the turns go on, and overall we are 3rd in place, which is not bad at all. As for our cities, it looks to be that London is in the lead for population, just barely. Paris is climbing a little more steadily, I believe. Paris is at a, no, plus 5%, and London is sitting at plus 5 as well, I think. York is close behind, few thousand people behind as well. Edinburgh, weirdly enough, is very large, as well as Rennes. Angers is also one of our largest cities, which is very weird considering the castle nature of the town. As for income, though, York is blown out of the water with 5,800 florins worth of income per turn, and we just threw down like a merchant's wharf or a warehouse or something that would increase that income even further. London behind York, which is not surprising as it is our capital, but Rennes is very surprising. Apparently it's a trade hub along with Edinburgh and Paris and Toulouse and Marseille and Bruges. Those are our main trade cities, it seems. They're all over 3,000 gold coins per turn in income, mostly from trade. As I said, we were getting like 30,000 florins from trade every turn. Our most juicy sector, I suppose, is in trade. Exeter is close behind, as well as Antwerp. I am currently turning Antwerp into a city, my mistake. I was going to say I should really turn Antwerp into a city, but there we go. Antwerp will soon be a trade hub as well. But now that we've looked at our finances, I just wanted to see what our current profit was. It's 26,000 florins, because, of course, if I were to pay out a tribute or whatever, that would lessen my profit here for some reason. But anyway, let's give a small gift to the Pope. You know what I could do? I could just do regular tribute. So let's do that. Instead of giving, you know, 2,500 florins every few turns, I'll just give 1,000 florins per turn for 10 turns. For a grand total of 10,000 florins gifted to the Pope, for no fucking reason at all, and Jesus Christ, they're so pleased with that. Every year, it's like Christmas time, we just show up basically carrying a large sack of gold over our shoulders, and we just sling it and we throw it under the Christmas tree in a pagan fashion, totally. And then we go and hang a wreath on the door because we like to worship trees. Like I said, pagan ritual. Okay, noble life ends. Elias Parr, our spy, up in Groningen, which is okay, as we're about to take Groningen, and that explains why I can't see shit there anymore. We'll get Matthew Evesham to look up there and see who is about to die. It is Eskil of Uppland, and no, he's not really going to be missed. He's 57 years old. He's probably going to die any day now, so not really a big deal. Emoni Vaughan, one of the Vaughan wives has died, unfortunately. And then we've got a bunch of shit going on. William is now the Duke of Winchester and an intrepid explorer. Wow. Because... oh, it's a retinue, I was going to say. I thought they got a trait for, you know, being an intrepid explorer, just kind of, you know, walking to and fro, you know, Winchester to London to Nottingham, being like, wow, Britain hasn't been discovered at all yet. Speaking of Britain, though, I was looking at mercenaries because someone had mentioned that we might want to look at getting pikes, but of course pikes don't show up for a couple 100 years now, probably around 1300. We won't, you know, see the Flemish pikes, Swiss pikemen, or whatever. But if we were to take Samuel Russell outside of Nottingham and look at mercenaries, we can, of course, get Welsh longbowmen, because our longbows have not shown up yet. And I don't know how long these guys have been in the mercenary roster, but I have not noticed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Samuel Russell in charge of recruiting these assholes, and we're going to recruit a bunch of these guys and send them over to France proper and employ them within our armies. I think all of Britain is basically one large recruitment zone as far as England goes. Wales is apparently included in that. I can't actually check the mercenaries in Ireland as I don't have a lord there, but I can check the mercenaries in Scotland, and that is something else that we're interested in, because we can get these Gallowglass mercenaries who are quite badass. 10 attack, which is double of our light men-at-arms. Our light men-at-arms only have 5 attack points. Their defense is quite nuts as well. I think that matches our light men-at-arms. But they have a bonus against cavalry, and they also have a bonus against armor. So they'd be really good for taking down heavily armored knights. And I'm going to employ some of these Gallowglass mercenaries, and like I said, employ them in our armies as well. Some Scottish mercenaries to round out our forces. These Gwent Raiders, not really useful any longer. They're outclassed by our light men-at-arms. So I'm not really too concerned about those guys. So likewise, I think these Highlanders also have an armor, the AP factor as well. So I could recruit some Highlanders up in Scotland and send them to our armies. And you know what, I may as well do. I'll recruit a general up here as well, and some feudal knights, get a nice garrison up here. Okay, and thus begins the construction scroll. We got like 20 things built. York, as I said, has built a warehouse, and trade has skyrocketed through the roof, and it's going to increase by 1 gold coin as well next turn, which is amazing. I can build a ton of buildings in York that would increase the population growth, and that might be a good idea, but I want to pump trade out even higher, and we'll do that by building a great market, which will increase trade by 100 gold coins. Not really too good. I might build something else, actually. What can we build in York? If we were to build a council chamber, that would increase trade for some reason. Apparently, that would increase trade, and it will also increase public order and a bit of income, and that's about it. A printing press would do the same, actually. So we'll build some council chambers, get some governance in York for some reason, might as well. Nottingham has ballista towers, and there's nothing else to build in Nottingham. Nottingham is useless now. We can store our, well, these longbowmen might as well head to France right about now. There's no reason they could, you know, there's no reason for them to stay around in England, and I think we won't be able to recruit any of them for a little bit. Got some Welsh spearmen here as well who are kind of useless. There's Kerns, Irish Kerns that we can recruit, and oh, it's these guys. They wouldn't be too bad to have, as they are javelin throwers, and we don't really have any skirmish troops like that. But looking at their stats, they look to be absolutely useless. They're militia, and not really worth it. See, the reason I got these Gallowglass mercenaries is because of their stats, but also because they're superior. So we can place these, well, they're professional mercenaries in our armies, and you know what? They won't even suck that bad. Exeter now has a school, and we can probably build a ship right there so we can recruit hulks. I might build a tavern. Exeter doesn't really need anything too extreme, so we might as well just build a library there. Angers now has ballista towers as well, and we may as well throw down some stables just in case, like I said, something pops up in the future and we need stables all over the place. Edinburgh, one of our most, one of the jewels in the crown of England right now, is stalled. We've only got 1,000 more people to go before the city can upgrade. And what I really need for that to happen is governance, because once you put a governor in city, usually, oh shit, trade is about to go through the roof apparently. or we're losing trade, something like that. But once you put a governor in these settlements, population growth usually gets a bonus of like 1%. Public order as well gets a bonus. Income even gets a bonus, so that's why I want to keep a governor in that kind of town, especially when there's when it's stalled as it is. I want to get another 1,000 people out of Edinburgh so I can upgrade it and lower squalor, etc. Paris has irrigation, and we might as well get to building like an inn because it's a small building that we are behind on, I suppose. I think this whole building chain is we are slightly behind. Yeah, we're a couple buildings behind. Not a big deal though. I think this would allow us to recruit assassins in Paris now, probably. Brothel. Yeah, okay. Not a big deal. Not really needed at all. Dijon now has crops, and we'll do the same thing in Dijon. We'll build some council chambers, and Reims now has crops. And there's nothing to build in Reims. We need a few thousand people in Reims as well. For example, let's look at Reims. I can show you... governance. No, there's no... bonus from this governor. I suppose he doesn't have any proper traits here. Let's see. No, I suppose he doesn't have any traits at all because he's an absolute useless piece of shit, but that's just fine. We've recruited a bunch of units. Nottingham, Angers, Bordeaux, Visby, of course. Fucking every city known to man. We also recruited a general in Baron Lewis Throckmorton. My god, what an English name. English to the utmost degree, and he is an administrator, so we can send him to a governorless town, I suppose. We've got a bunch of priests. Toulouse, Marseille, Clermont, we have a merchant, and I'm just going to grab this merchant and send him to this node of wine. I'm not going to bother sending him across the world because we've already got like 20 million merchants on their way to Constantinople, so I'm not too worried about it. Speaking of priests, we might as well throw some more priests on this fleet and set sail. I was just waiting for a few priests to convert Constantinople. Speaking of, I've got a bunch of priests in the Holy Land, and they're beginning to convert Acre as well as Jerusalem. I need to get Hubert de Brez to assassinate some assholes, but of course there's no one to assassinate, so we're going to head a little bit north and try to assassinate some of these imams, perhaps? I don't know. Success rate, 25%, not good at all. Okay, so that's Tortosa. I didn't really know that was there. I don't really know what to do with you. There's no one to assassinate. I think we're checking out the Moors. Well, not the Moors, but the Mongols with this guy, Arthur of Dorset. I completely forgot what the hell we were doing. Perhaps checking up on the Khwarezmians. I have no fucking clue. We'll send him all the way to... I think it was... Khwarezm was the home city of the Mongols, which is... Oh my god, where is this place? Oh. Is it not? I thought it would be this right here, but it's not. I have no idea where the city is. Okay, well, anyway, regardless, we're going to send... Arthur of Dorset is his name. We're going to send him all the way over here just to get an idea of where the Mongols are. Now, as for England, what were we going to do? Okay, well, we are going to get Hugh de Beaune to attack... what's his name? Oh shit, we can actually... Oh, we can't really recruit anything of worth in Switzerland. But he's going to attack Captain Basalmo as soon as we're done with our armies here. I've got Thomas Paget waiting in the wings to attack Frankfurt. I just need to get a stronger army to lead the charge. We've got Hubert of Shrewsbury on his way to attack the Genoese. Let's see, he's got quite a lot of melee units. He needs a few... good units. He needs like some feudal knights, or some feudal foot knights, I would say. We've got some reinforcements on the way, and we've got a militia army to back him up. So I suppose he could really deal with whatever comes his way. We might as well give him these 3 units as well. There we go. Ralph of York, Thomas Paget. You know what? I think Ralph of York is going to have to build an army and lead the charge on Frankfurt, because Ralph of York is quite an accomplished commander himself, and the only reason I put him on the back burner behind Hugh de Beaune is because of his age. I wasn't really expecting him to last that long, so sorry to say he might not live to see the end of this campaign, but regardless, we'll retrain a few units for his army. We've got 2 feudal foot knights ready to go. I can't remember how many men are in a light men-at-arms unit. 121. Okay, we've got 1 full unit of light men-at-arms. We've got a unit of spears. We've got nothing else. Everything else is too weak. But he could probably borrow some of these militiamen from Ralph of York. These guys are just going to have to hold the bridge, I suppose. We'll place Ralph of York on the bridge. Thomas Paget will, of course, follow him. I'm going to have to declare war on these assholes sooner or later. Hubert of Shrewsbury is going to be leading the charge, and we may as well declare war right now, actually, by taking this fucking fort. Oh, shit. I was hoping we could auto-resolve this assault. We'll try it. Oh, shit. I wanted to move Oliver Russell into contact with this as well, so we get him in the mix. Whoop. Yep. Okay, whatever. There we go.
Besieging the enemy.
Okay, Hubert of Shrewsbury is going to auto-resolve this assault. We are now at war with the Genoese. We're going to take Frankfurt and then hopefully get peace with them. I really hope they're not going to be too pissed about this. But there we go. Clear victory. We only lost 50 men. Not a problem. The reason I want to put Ralph of York at the bridge is because Genoa has 2 stacks here. They've got 1 in Frankfurt itself, and then they've got Ugolino, Milan. And I was hoping to coax Ugolino, Milan into a bridge battle, but of course, kind of jumped the gun there, but it had to be done, I suppose. Hubert of Shrewsbury will continue on to Frankfurt. Actually, we'll just stay in this little fort, and we'll see what Ugolino, Milan does. I tried to bribe already, so I can't use this diplomat, unfortunately. Let's auto-resolve this battle. I forgot, we also have a lot of feudal knights, feudal foot knights that is, up in Groningen. So I'm going to send these units, as many units as I can grab, all the way down to Cologne and Metz, and they can, whatchamacallit, they can reinforce there when we get the chance. We failed that mission, and the Pope is still fucking pleased with us. Okay, let's auto-resolve the assault of Groningen. And I don't really know what we need to do after that. Well, I suppose we actually have to attack Captain Blamo, actually, or whatever the hell his name is. There we go. Another 50 men lost, but another city captured. Man, our trade empire just grows like nobody's business. We're gonna occupy. Relations worsened with the Republic of Genoa, or fucking Venice for some reason. I don't know. Maybe Venice is allied with Denmark. Of course they are. Allied with Denmark, Portugal, Aragon, and Norway. Speaking of Portugal, I think our alliance was broken for no fucking good reason a while back. And I really want to get that alliance back because I like Portugal. We basically have history as allies, and they basically protect my southern borders. If Aragon was to get fresh with us, we can call Portugal into this attack, or this war, or whatever, and they would just fucking totally bootfuck Aragon from the rear, and it would be great. So let's see. Well, we can't be allied, actually, because we're at war with 2 of their allies. So, you know what? We may as well give a few thousand florins to Portugal, just to get them on our good side again. We'll give them 1,500 florins, see what they think of that. They're accepted. They fucking love us, perhaps. I don't know. That's fine. Portugal is... Here we go. Relations, amiable. Very untrustworthy, unfortunately. So I don't know. I guess they're not such a good ally after all. If they're very untrustworthy, then I suppose we should just say fuck them. We don't want them as allies anyway. Admiral David here is going to be building his fleet. A few more ships at a time. One more in Bruges, and then another somewhere else, perhaps. London, I think, should have one by now. Yeah. I think I just want 4 hulks in these fleets at first, and then we'll go from there. We've got 1 free fleet here, which is short a ship, I suppose. Yeah, I think 4 hulks is quite a good mix for us. I don't think any other fleets out there other than, you know, 4 hulks could deal with us. Even 5 would be good, make the upkeep an even 1,000 florins per fleet. But anyway, we'll send this fleet to blockade Aarhus, and then I guess we can attack Captain Blamo. Balsamo is what it is. Captain Balsamic Vinegar over here, and we can lift the siege of Bern. Well, looks like that's going to have to wait till next turn, actually. Bern might get taken by the Venetians, because Hugh de Bone was not quick enough to arrive in time, unfortunately. But you know what? There's nothing for us to do except for deal with our fleets in the Mediterranean. We've got Admiral Howard returning to... oh shit, no, my mistake. Admiral Howard is sailing to Constantinople to drop off these remaining 2 priests. Path blocked, unfortunately, by a Byzantine fleet, and now we can't move, but that's okay. One more turn, and then Admiral Randolph can leave with all these good agents. I think the weakest agent we have is Jasper Etchingham here, who has only got 2 points of skill, but everyone else is way better. Our excursion into Northern Africa here was a little bit of a failure due to our merchants being absolutely stupid, except for Thomas of Derby. Actually, he's got a massive amount of skill, and actually he's generating 1/7 of all of our merchant trade, and Odo Dunbar is doing yet again another 7th, and he doesn't even have max skill because he is actually so fucking old. He is self-serving, and that is... not really good at all. Not really good. Okay, you know what? Let us end the turn. There's not much for us to do right now. Ronen has been taken. And actually, let's take a look at Ronen before we do it. Oh my god. Fucking Jesus Christ, guys. Go easy on the flaming ammunition, would you please? I guess if you auto-resolve a battle, that just lets your armies know that they need... well, I was using a mangonel, I suppose, but that just lets your armies know that you wanted to burn the fucking place down, apparently. We're going to leave taxes at normal for now. All my taxes are at normal throughout all my cities, basically as a baseline, save for a few cases where they need to be low, such as Rennes, to promote population growth, but there we go. You know what? Let's, like I said, end the turn here. Alrighty, we have yet another mission to cease hostilities with Denmark, and not really a problem. I don't think we're going to be being too mean to Denmark within the next few turns here. We're going to focus on Genoa, and then, of course, brokering a peace with Venice. What I really want to do is sue for peace with Venice for, like, excruciating amounts of florins. They did send a diplomat up to Cologne. I don't know if they're trying to bribe, or perhaps they were trying to, I don't know, get a ceasefire. It's hard to say, but what I will do right now is grab 3 light men-at-arms, not these units because they have experience, though. There we are. Okay, I'll grab 1, 2, 3 units of light men-at-arms, replace them with these feudal foot knights, and now Hubert of Shrewsbury is ready to set siege to Frankfurt. Can we decommission forts? Is that something we can do? No, I don't really think so. Who cares? Anyway, Ralph, well, not Ralph of York, but Oliver Russell is, of course, supporting. Ralph of York is going to move into a bridge battle situation with Thomas of Paget, no, Thomas Paget at his back. We do need some more units for Ralph of York. And now Hugh de Bone is ready to attack, and he's going to receive a few more reinforcements in the form of 1 unit of feudal knights, which is good, and then also whatever we need, some spearmen, perhaps. There we go. Okay, these guys can return to... well, no, they were going to head to Bern in the first place. Let's get a look at this army. 84%, good. Okay, now we've got an idea of what's in this army. Just a bunch of militia. Holy shit, these guys look badass, though. Some severely armored archers, it looks like. Venice has not a whole lot of good units for this army, but in general they have a lot of very cool units, and that's the thing. The Italian states, they've got so many cool units, and at one point I would like to play a campaign of the Italian states, but also like Novgorod, maybe over here a bit. But the length of this campaign, you can see, would just take fucking forever to do one, but whatever. Got my entire life ahead of me to do these campaigns. Our trade routes are attacked yet again, and we're gonna drop 5,000 florins to deal with those privateers. Oh my god, we have a plague in Inverness now. Yes. Gee golly. But we have recruited a bunch of Highlanders. And we could... oh shit. Who is this? Oh, well, he's always been here. What am I talking about? Oh, no. Was this the guy we just hired, the general's bodyguard? Is that who that was? I'm so confused right now, but I think that is. I think this is the fellow that we just hired, our general's bodyguard. Simon Blunt, our diplomat in Francia, has died, unfortunately. He was our man outside the walls of Frankfurt, so we're going to recruit a new diplomat in Cologne and another merchant as well. Yeah, that seems to be all that's gone on this turn. Construction. Kane has paved roads. And, well, Kane is starting to grow as a trade city as well. So, we need to really deal with the population issue. So we'll put some crops down. Dublin has a tavern. And, you know what? Let us build a library. Yeah, okay, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Galway has mines, and we may as well build paved roads here as well, just to ease transportation if we ever need to send anyone over there. Bordeaux, oh my god. We've got so many units to retrain in Bordeaux due to the plague, and I'm not going to bother until said plague is over. We've got a few turns left, I believe, and then it will end. Marseille is going to build a school, the last building we can build there until we get a few more thousand people there. Lyon has a chain of river ports, wonderful. We may as well build some stables there. Groningen has a bunch of buildings repaired, and we do need to repair the walls yet again and build. May as well build a library, increase public order. No one's really liking us right now because we just invaded the place, but whatever. Yeah, okay, so David of Rouen is our new lord in Inverness, and let's see, what is he? He is a militarily minded general, so he's going to stay in Inverness. And govern the place. Unfortunately, all these new units we just hired are now infected with the plague, so we're just gonna leave them there. We'll retrain them after said plague. John Vaughan, gonna try to recruit some mercenaries. I don't think they're going to show up for quite a few turns yet. I don't have any fleets to pick up these units, so I'm gonna have to send them all the way down to London. 2 turns until they arrive. Let's see, I don't think these Welsh, no, of course not. I don't know how long it takes for mercenaries to reappear in the region, but it's probably a while. I also looked at the mercenaries throughout all of France and Switzerland and the like, and there's nothing worth hiring at all. Marseille, there's like mace men, but they actually blow really hard. They have a high defense, they've got AP, but the attack is less than my light men-at-arms, and so for that reason, I'm going to have to decline their hiring. And then in Bordeaux, there's not really... It's basically the same thing. I think it's like south of France is one recruitment region, and then the north of France is another. So, for example, in Paris... Oh shit, it's all the same units. Flanders is a separate recruitment region, I think. Yeah, it's just Frankish knights and spearmen. Nothing interesting to recruit yet. It's not until, like I said, the pikemen roll around that we get really interesting mercenaries. Thomas Bone has just been promoted, perhaps friend of Hudibone, perhaps. Cardinal of Genoa and Portugal have both died. That leaves yet another seat open for... Oh my god, look at this. We're dominating the College of Cardinals, like literally. We've got... Everyone in this fucking college is English except for like 3 or 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4 people are not English, my god. Looks like we're gonna have an English pope until the end of time. And Leonard Keyes has gained some skill because he has spied on Captain Balsamic Vinegar over here. We can't actually besiege Frankfurt right now. I don't want to besiege Frankfurt with Ralph of York because he has such a shitty army. So he's just going to hold this bridge and hope that Ugolino Balan attacks him. Once we decide to reinvigorate the war with Denmark, what we'll do is march good old Eustace von out of Groningen, and we'll march on Hamburg, and then we can probably cut Denmark right in half. When we take Hamburg, we'll leave whatever this is, Magdeburg, and then Nuremberg, cut off from the head of the serpent, if you will. Because I bet you once I take Hamburg, Roskilde is going to turn into the capital. I think Roskilde starts as the capital of Denmark. I can't say for certain, though. It makes sense to me, though, that that would be the capital. Because it looks to be the largest city they have. As for the Holy Romans, I don't really know what to do with them. I think we'll just leave them as they are for now until it's unavoidable that we have to absorb them. But you know what? I don't think we have enough time for the battle with Captain Balsamo. So we'll just do a few more management things and then end the episode. And when we come back next video, we can't... Oh my fucking Christ, this guy is never gonna get to Constantinople at this rate. When we come back, we'll deal with Captain Balsamo and then move on with our war with Venice. Admiral Randolph just fucking immediately is going to drop off a few merchants in Greece on his way through. I can't tell what any of these mines are, but I bet you at least one of them has to be a silver mine or a gold mine. We could just drop one of our assholes off there and he can start to trade up a storm. There's all sorts of good trade nodes around the entire coast of Venice and Italy. Perhaps, no, Italy looks to be absolutely shit. But in the heart of Hungary, there is some gold mines right around here, I think. And a bit of salt that we can trade in, but I'm sure we can find some good, reasonable things to trade in Greece itself. Yeah, not much to do in the Holy Lands, though. I thought there'd be more action with all of our agents, but of course they're just priests. And they just stand very statuesque, like that big sculpture slash statue of Jesus in Rio de Janeiro. I forget what that fucking thing is called, but we do have a spy on the way to actually spy on the Mongols. He's just a few turns away from that happening. We don't really have much action going on with the Poles right now. I'm going to once again ask them, ask that they join our war, but it doesn't really look like I can ask that. Attack faction. Oh, here we go. We want them to attack Denmark, and let's see what they think of that. Let's make an offer of regular tribute to the tune of 1,500 florins per turn, bringing our total contributions to other factions to 2,500. And they think that's very fucking demanding. They really don't want to go to war with Denmark, unfortunately. So I guess we aren't gonna ever get Poland to join this war. But you know what? Poland is strong enough. I think we can have them as an ally for Central Europe. Like if we were to expand south and start to attack the Byzantines, maybe they would join. I don't know. It would be nice to have this this country as an ally just in case when we start to push further into Central and then Eastern Europe. Well, actually, you know what? I think Poland is technically considered Eastern Europe already, but I really don't know. Just like I want to have an ally in Poland, I also want to have, or fuck, Portugal, I also want to have an ally in Poland. I misspoke there. Speaking of, oh yes, I already fucking tried this. We cannot actually become allies with Portugal because we are at war with their allies, but you know what? We may as well give them another little gift. Not tribute, but a single payment of 1,000 florins just to get them on our good side, even though I'm pretty sure our relations are already pretty good already. But you know what? There we go. Another little gift just to subsidize their army, or well, their wars with. Let's see, who's Portugal currently at war with? None other than fucking everybody in the known world. They're at war with Genoa, the Fatimids, the Holy Romans, the Moors, the Kingdom of Leon. They have not yet destroyed the Kingdom of Leon for some reason. And then Lithuania also from the Crusade of Lithuania. But there you go, guys. I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you for watching. Unfortunately, we were only able to do like 1 or 2 turns this episode. A lot of shit going on. But I'm hoping to wrap up these wars very quickly. And as I said a couple episodes ago, get some peacetime and increase the pace of this series. Because it pains me to no end that like every episode is only 1 or 2 turns. Like our campaign is never going to finish at this pace. But anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. I'll catch you guys next video.